but probably when it gets down to half a second-ish, that will be when it looks nice. Good morning everyone, thank you for joining me again. It's got a lovely morning this morning. It's already warm. It was warm when I left home at like 6 o'clock, and it's going to get even hotter when the sun comes up, which will be in about 10-11 minutes. The weather forecast for this morning said we were going to get a lot of high cloud, 90% high cloud, no low cloud, low middle cloud, and for once I had agreement across a number of different apps and sites. I don't think that's been strictly accurate, but we have got some really nice cloud out in the direction of sunrise and some nice tones in the sky. I've come out to this location, a little cove called Yop Marie, and I'm going to do some shots and see what I can get. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're not already a subscriber, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, then thank you very much, I appreciate that. So I've had to do a little bit of rushing around this morning to find a composition. The place I was going to go, unfortunately a guy coming down here to do some early morning fishing beat me to. So I've come around the corner into this little bit. There's actually like a cave over here. You can't get in, well you can get into it, but not on foot, you have to swim in. And I've set up a composition right here on the edge of the rocks, looking in the direction of sunrise. I've already shot off a couple of 30-second exposures. I'm just in a 15-second as the light's getting stronger. And I'm hoping, although the colours in the sky have faded a little bit since I got here, I'm hoping that as we get a little bit closer to sunrise, they're going to pop some more. So there's been a bit of compromise with this composition. I originally thought I was going to put the tripod fairly low down to try and make a real feature of the waves breaking on the rocks. But the problem is, if I did that, I got this unpleasant overlap between the edge of this rocky cove sticking out and the more distant bit of land sticking out, which is where we've got some hills, there's even a mountain in the background. I just didn't like the way they were overlapping. I want a little bit of separation on there. So I've actually lifted the camera up higher. Even though I'm shooting at 22, 23 millimeters, something like that. I still think it's a better composition than having the foreground a lot closer. I've also gone for a portrait orientation because that way I'm kind of minimizing the distractions coming in from the side and trying to keep the focus on the shape of the cove, the rocks, and then that beautiful bit of sky in the background, which has got some nice kind of diagonal cloud patterns in. It's looking nice. Okay, I've changed my composition. I've gone now for a landscape format. Zoomed in to 26mm, thereabouts. I'm using the rocks with the waves breaking in the foreground and then the patterns of cloud in the sky. So the sky is about roughly 2/3 of the image. Might have to be cropped a little bit just to make it balance. But it's looking pretty nice, but the colours aren't really popping the way I was hoping, and I don't think they're going to. But you never know, it's just about official sunrise now. But again, there's no sign of the sun just yet. Down to a 2-second exposure now, which is giving a little bit more detail in the waves. But I think this will actually look better with a faster exposure, so we're capturing some of the texture and the spray. So probably when it gets down to half a second-ish, that'll be when it looks nice. Down to half a second now. The sun is putting in an appearance, just breaking through some cloud. So I'm going to fire off a few shots trying to catch the waves breaking on the rocks. Because that sun's coming through. Again, it's very hazy out there, so that means the sun's very diffuse. It looks quite nice. Okay, the sun's really coming through now. I've dropped my ISO down to the low 1 setting just to keep my shutter speed, my exposure time from getting too fast. At the moment I'm still getting 1/3 of a second, just about, without blowing highlights. And I'm just taking loads of shots as the waves are breaking around the rocks so that I can pick the best one, the one with the best wave patterns. If you've watched my other videos about shooting waves, you'll know that's what I do. I shoot loads of shots and then I just go through and pick the best one. The other option I've got, if I shoot loads, if I find that I've got a really nice wave breaking on one rock, but the rest of the scene doesn't look so good, and I've got another nice wave breaking on another rock, I can consider just blending those together. I don't tend to do that unless I absolutely have to. I haven't done it for a while, so we'll see what happens with today. Okay, that sun's getting really bright now. We're just over 25 minutes after sunrise, and shooting towards the sun is starting to become an issue with lens flare. Plus it doesn't actually look as nice in the sky when it gets as strong and as bright as that. So I think it's time to pack up and head for home and see what I've got. It's been a lovely morning. It's going to be hot walking back. It was almost 30 degrees when I left home this morning. Now that the sun's up, that temperature is going to rise pretty rapidly. So I think I'm going to try and get home before it gets too warm, because I've got about a 25-minute walk back home. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider giving it a like or a share or both. And don't forget about the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the images and ask me any questions, whatever you like. Just leave me a comment. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.